Hey, how's it going? So today we're going to talk about something really important, something that a lot of people are sleeping on. It's also one of the hottest questions that I get. We're going to talk about harnessing legendary powers. Do you want to have the best build in Diablo Immortal? Do you want to have the coolest weapons with the best armor on all of the coolest attributes? Today in this video, I'm going to talk to you about just that. I'm going to talk to you about how you can harness your legendary power. Let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another Diablo Immortal video. Today, we're going to be talking about something really important. Today, we're going to be talking about the Essence Transfer Vendor. That's right, a way for you to harness, to extract your legendary powers and put it into other things. A key, something that you're definitely going to need to use in order to have the best builds, to get to the best end game, to be the absolute boss in Diablo Immortal. Today, in this video, not only am I going to talk to you about it, we're going to do it right here together. Remember, it's going to be chapters, so you can skip around anytime you like via those chapters. While you're down there, make sure to take the like button and just smash it. Maybe not hit it too hard because it is nice, but just tap it a little for me, huh? While you're down there, also subscribe and stay tuned for the latest Diablo Immortal content. So you look at me and you say, Nemo, what are you talking about? The Essence Transfer Vendor? That's right, the Essence Transfer Vendor. So, what am I talking about? Well, Zamina, that's her name. She's the Essence Transfer Vendor. I love saying that, the Essence Transfer Vendor. Can you say that 5 times? Essence Transfer Vendor, Essence Transfer Vendor, Essence Transfer Vendor, Essence Transfer Vendor, Essence Transfer Vendor. One more time, Essence Transfer Vendor. Wow, I can't say it. So, Zamina, what am I doing? So now that half of you clicked off because you think I'm goofy, let's get into it. Okay, Essence Transfer Vendor allows you to take legendary powers out of gear that you do not want and store them for later use. So, for example, let's say I have a piece of gear, because it comes with a whole bunch of stats, right? By the way, if you don't know what gear is and how it all works, I have like a serious breakdown video of itemization in Diablo Immortal. It explains everything you need to know. I'll link it for you up top. If you haven't seen it and you want to know about gear, armor, all of that, definitely want to make sure you check that video out. So, each piece of gear has like statistics on it, and there's certain ones that you don't like the statistics, right? As you go up levels, there are certain legendary pieces that you get, and you don't need them. So what do you do with them? Well, you go and you destroy them. You destroy them to get something called glowing shards. These are these things right here. These glowing shards allow you, to upgrade your gear further past like level 5 or 6. You're gonna need to add them along with scraps and enchanted dust to upgrade your gear slot further and further. Cool. So that's one way to handle legendary, gear if you don't need it. But another way to do it, a better way to do it, something that you should definitely do, because as you can see, I have 45 glowing shards. I don't need them. But if you take a legendary gear that you don't want, you can extract a power out of it. Specifically, if you take a legendary gear, like for example, I have this piece of gear right here. I don't want it specifically for the attribute part because there's only one attribute on it. Like I said, the video up top if you don't know what I'm talking about. But there is the magic missile damage on it, and it increases it by 20%. Magic missile is definitely a primary skill that I use, or a primary attack that I use on my wizard. So I want that legendary power. But I don't want the rest of the stuff that comes with it, because it's not as good as what I'm wearing. What I'm wearing gives me a lot better attributes, but the legendary power that it uses, I don't like. As you can see right here, it even says the skill is not equipped. So I'm not even using the legendary power on this weapon. This is where the problem comes in. As you go up and up and up, you get to these points. So what do? Well, that's where our girl Zamina comes in. That's where the Essence Transfer Vendor comes in. So think of the Essence Transfer Vendor as basically like a book, a storage, a refrigerator for legendary powers. You take a piece of gear out, and you can extract the legendary power out of it. You only get the legendary power, and you have to pay 3,000 gold for it, but honestly, it's like one of the best things that you can do in game. As you can see right here in my book, I have certain things that I already have in my refrigerator, right? I have them chilling, waiting. So these are all the things, right? They're broken down by that type of gear it is, so you can easily kind of look. I have a lot of stuff. When you have a piece of gear that you can extract something out of it, it'll show up here as extracting, and you can just extract it for 3K. Boom, boom, bam, bam, and then you have it for later use. Like for example, right now, I'm gonna need to use it. Now, we're gonna talk about that in a second. So there's extract and then there's inherit. Inherit is what you're gonna wanna do. In fact, this is what we're gonna be doing right now. Let me talk to you about that. So we have this piece of gear right here, right? This is our piece of gear that we're gonna wanna inherit, put something else into it. And what do I want to do? That's the greatest part about this book. You can choose whatever you want. This is awesome. So I take a look at this and I say, okay, I'm gonna go look at my main pieces. What do I want to put into this piece of gear? Now, one thing to keep in mind, I actually do have, where is this guy right here? I do have the Force of the Heracus. I have that one already right here. Take a look. What we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna show you how all of this works. There's a whole plan to this video. You know, there's a reason I'm doing all of this. Yeah. So take a look. There's a Force of Heracus I have right here. And as you can see, the magic missile damage up by 20%. I already have one on ice there. So we're gonna do this and I'm gonna put a new one in. Because you use it, right? So when you get in here, like I said, I need this one. That's the one that I want. There's other ones. So I could say disintegrate damage increased by 10%. I could have my arcane wind go up. I can have lightning nova, black holes, all this other stuff. But the one that I want is the magic missile damage increase. That's the one that I use, right? So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go to inherit. I'm gonna go to this piece of gear right here. That's the one that I'm not using. I'm gonna say inherit. I'm gonna go to the skill and I'm gonna pick one. Look, I got a nice little book right here of skills. And the one that we want the Force of the Heracus. So we're gonna pop this right here. We're gonna say okay. And as you can see right now, boom, 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 bam, and then we go inherit. So now that we're done, we're going to go to our main weapon. It did change the way it looks, and it took on the ability, right? The legendary skill right here of the essence that I transferred into it, but it kept all of the rest of the stuff. So it kept all the attributes and etc. So I took a weapon that I did not like the legendary skill of, and I changed it. I basically put a new one in there. Nice. That's really cool. And you can do that with the rest of your weapons. You can do that anytime you like. This is what's great about it. So a lot of the times it's really important to take the legendary weapons, the ones that you don't have in your fridge, so to speak, and extract the power out of it to put it in there and use it for later. I mean, it's just the smartest thing that you can do. And in fact, we're going to do that with some of the ones that we don't have. Let's go to our stash. Let's go over to our stash right here. Let's see if we have any of the weapons, any of the legendary powers that we can extract out of. Because what I want to do is actually I want to change a few more on my skill, on my level right here. So which ones do we have? Let's take this one. We'll take this one. We'll take one of these. Take one of these. I think I actually have all of them, to be honest with you. But we'll take them anyway and check it out. If we do, we'll do it right here together. It'll be a little bit of a longer video. I wish there was a pick up all. That would be really nice. Okay, back to Zamina we go. All right, so we get to Zamina. We'll go to Essence Transfer. Okay, do you see this as extractable right here? That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to take one. We're going to go select the piece of gear. We have both of them. We're going to take this one, like whatever. Extract. Take it out. Now we have this. And we can infuse it into anything else. We're going to take the same thing and do it with this one as well. Extract. Filling up my book. So these are all good. We're missing one. We're missing the disintegrated file. I got to get that one. We have all the rest of these. Here's extractable ones. So we'll take that one and extract it. What's nice about this, you can just, that's when you can just infuse it into anything else that you like. So I have my pencil set. How about these? I'm missing Devastation. That's the one that I had. The thing is, if you extract the legendary power out of the weapon, it destroys the weapon. And that was my highest stat, so I didn't want to take it out. You know what I mean? Like, I want to keep that one for now anyway. I probably should have just kept it, but anyway. Let's see. Is there? Ooh, there's the last one right here. Winter's nice. Extract this one. So I have all of the secondary, all of my offhand. I have them all. Yes, this feels so good. It's like when your fridge is full, like you just went shopping and you got all the food in there, like you open it up, you're like, oh, I can have anything I want. This is like a supermarket of my little baby supermarket. I love it. I'm getting hungry. Okay, back back to the show. So we're good. We have everything extracted that we need. The rest of the things, I'm going to go and put them back into my stash or destroy them or take a look at them and see whatever has a higher stats. At this point in time, it's nothing, and then just get rid of it. So now comes the best part. You've extracted all of the gear, you've harnessed your legendary powers, and now you need to build. You've gotten to somewhere in the game where you have certain gear pieces that are high level, but you don't like the legendary powers in them. And that's where this comes into play. This is where this can really step up your builds, help you a lot. For example, I have a piece right here, this chest piece. I'm using it because it has really high attributes, and of course it changes my offensive and defensive rating. Again, you want to make sure you check out that video that I talked to you about if you don't know what I mean. But when you get to the legendary piece, it actually buffs one of the skills that I'm not using. I'm only using this gear piece because of the attributes and upgrades for it, like the actual, stats, but I don't like the legendary power. This is where being someone who extracts all that stuff and has a full refrigerator comes into play, because I can change it to whatever I like, and it really helps with my builds. So for example, this chest piece, let's change it. Let's go into Zamina. Let's go say hi to her. We go to the chest pieces. Let's check it out. And we say, you know what we're going to use? We're going to go to inherit. Boom, ba-bam. Pick the skill that we want. Ice crystal, no. Lightning nova, no. Lightning nova. Ooh, meteor radius increased by 20%. Guess what? I'm using a meteor. That's going to be a good one. So guess what? I'm going to select it. I'm going to say okay. And then I'm going to say inherit. Oh, pow. We're done. So now my chest piece, let's go take a look. It has all those awesome statistics, 94, 99, but now it has my meteor radius increased by 20%. So do you see what I mean? You understand the true power of Zamina right now. So what she's going to allow you to do is basically take out legendary powers and infuse them into any gear that you want that has all the high attributes, that has all the good statistics that you need as you move up and higher and higher and higher. Let's take a look at some other ones. I have a headpiece right here. This headpiece is not something that I like. I mean, it has a frozen orb inscription, but I want to change it. I want to change it to something else. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go back to Zamina. Let's go say hi to Zamina. We're going to go to inherit. It's really quick. Boom, boom, ba-bam. We take a look at what do we have. Scorch now launches an arcane orb. Nope. It launches an electric orb. Yes, that's the one that I want. That's the one that I like to use. So I'm going to go, bam, bam. That's how easy it is. That's how fast it is. And I'm done. Now I have the stats and I have the skills and I have the right legendary inscription on the gear that I want. And for all of you who are going to ask, yes, it is still here. As you can see, it is still available. So I can basically infuse it into anything else. I can just take it and continually put it into anything else that I want once I take it out of one of the legendary pieces. So the important part here is it's really, really important for you to take all of the legendary gear that you have and infuse them or extract them into your little refrigerator right here and put them in here, because anytime you want, you can use any of these skills on any other gear and just change it up. You know what I mean? So as you go up and up, you have certain gear pieces that are the best because they have good statistics. You can put any legendary piece. This is really, really powerful. And it's actually a really good and cheap system. It's only 3K to extract any legendary power you want out of it, and you can just inherit it into anything else that you want, whatever you want. See what I mean? A lot of people are sleeping with Zamina. If you don't fully understand the essence transfer vendor, this is really important, and it's gonna make a big difference for you later on. So if you have that gear piece, that legendary piece that you might not have in your book, in your refrigerator, you might not want to break it down for the glowing shards. You might want to put it into the book for later use, because it's important to have all of the legendary powers extracted so you can use them later when you find the gear that is worthy, the gear that has all the best stats in it. Don't sleep on your essence vendor. You wanted to know? Now you know. Thanks so much for watching this video. See you in the next one.